Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. This is Politics Tonight, where we dig beyond the headlines. And tonight we're speaking with the principal officer of the Nigeria Labour Congress, head of information and public affairs of NLC, Benson Upa, for discussion on subsidy removal and why NLC opted to protest. So, comrade, after negotiation with federal government, Labour suspended the protest, and now we hear another strike is billed for next week. What exactly is happening?
Yeah, this is what happened. Our protest was supposed to be a 3-day protest, but owing to appeals and security concerns, we decided to make it a 1-day affair. And Mr. President, perhaps in appreciation of that, or in light of the fact that he saw the enormity, he saw that it was a national thing, and all of that. So he invited us. Contrary to the misrepresentation by Fayoshe, we did not go to Mr. President. He invited us, and he's our leader, he's our father. So we went and saw him. And he said, okay, I have seen reason why you are angry. I'm going to shorten our reaction time. On CNG, it's not going to be 18 months. It's going to be this. On this, it's going to be expanded. On this, so Mr. President graciously agreed to do a quicker, deeper, wider intervention. And we said, okay, thank you. He shook hands with us. We had photo opportunity with him. Came back only to be served with a court process, saying that we were in contempt by going on a protest. And we found that mischievous. First, the right to protest is enshrined in the 1999 Constitution as amended. It is equally enshrined in the African Charter of Fundamental Rights. It is also enshrined in the corpus of labor laws. And it is distinctly different from a strike action. So, in our estimation, we do not think anyone can abridge our right to freedom of association, freedom of expression within the ambit of the law. We didn't do anything wrong. And if I have to explain this a bit further, the matter of 530-something naira subsidy is different from the matter of 600 and something naira increment. I mean, the matter of 530-something naira increment is different from this new one. Even government, members of the National Steering Committee, the government side said, look, we are here to discuss the increment to 530-something naira, whatever. The other one is outside the mandate of this committee. They want on the basis of which they obtained a restraining order that is different from the 600 and something naira and so on and so forth. So, and we made it expressly clear that we were protesting against this 600 and something naira increment. So in order to reduce this to the kind of grammar that all of us can understand, the issues are different. The parties are different. And in any case, there is a difference between a strike and a protest. So we felt that that court process was pure mischief, trying to terrorize us, what we now call a litigious terrorism. That when
right.
I will say, no, we should not do anything. No. A moment, please, a moment, okay? You see, just a moment. So, government is acting in bad faith. And so we had our meeting. I said, if we are going to go to prison for an offense we do not commit, let us commit it. And I'm telling you here, Jumoke, that date that we gave in our press statement, we intend to keep it. And the day that court will sit, that court, we are giving out notice that let them expand our prisons, because that court is going to commit millions of Nigerian workers, over 14 million of us. The court should be prepared to send us to prison. Kuje prison should now expand their walls. Other prisons should also expand or whatever. So this is mischief. Or alternatively, there are some elements somewhere working against working against Asiwaju, because he invited us and said, let us have an honest conversation. I have seen your pain, I've seen your anger, I've seen reason why you are, why you went on protest. And don't forget at this point that that Asiwaju comes from the background of struggle, protest. Okay? So he understands these issues. And he said, come, let us talk. And some people somewhere now are working against that spirit of rapprochement. They want war. So how will that help the administration of Asiwaju?
In that regard, many would have thought that Labour would have shunned other voices after the meeting with the president. So do you foresee any resolution before the planned industrial action next week?
I didn't hear that Labour would have done what?
Do you foresee any resolution before the planned industrial action next week?
Well, that is not within my purview. Those that are stirring the hornet's nest, you should ask them the question. On our part, I want to tell you that we have the capacity and the will to go on a full-scale strike action. And Mr. President knows. He was in the trenches with us in 2012. If he's watching this program, I'm sure he'll be smiling, because he was in the trenches. In fact, issued a lengthy statement, which he actually fondly calls the Jonathan tax. I don't know whether I'll be crossing the red line by saying now we are paying the Tinubu tax. So it is up to those who are creating problems for Mr. President by going the route that they are going. Now let me use this opportunity to clear some misrepresentations by Mr. Ayo Fayose, when he said that that we are doing what we are doing because Mr. President has not settled us. It is unfortunate that he had to make such defamatory and irresponsible remarks. We are credible people. We are patriotic.
Comrade, you would not be allowed to use the word irresponsible on air. Kindly make your point without derogatory words.
Thieves. No, Jumoke, but he called us thieves. You didn't call him to order. He called us thieves. He said that we are scoundrels. You were here. You didn't say anything.
Comrade, the former governor never called you irresponsible.
I recorded him. I recorded him. Don't go that way. Don't go that way.
But please kindly make your point without name calling, please.
Wait. I have 3 pages other
And
than
he never
the
even
fact
called
that I
you-
have the YouTube recording
never
here.
called
He
you-
said we are jesters. Let me tell you. He says that we are jesters. I want to say that we are not jesters. If anybody is a jester, he is a jester because he went and rented chickens and put them there. He had a poultry, and he invited the whole president to come and commission people's chickens that he rented and put whatever. We are not jesters. And he said that
Tonight, comrade.
that we went to the president because we feared the court process. I want to say this. We are not afraid of the court. The court is supposed to dispense justice. And today, in spite of certain impression about the courts, I want to say that we have many credible judges. We have courts of honor, many credible judges. So, as far as we're concerned, we have faith. We still have faith in our courts. If we do not get justice in the court of first instance, we will go upstairs. If it means getting to the Supreme Court, we'll get there.
Comrade Benson, we're out of time, but let me quickly ask you this final question. Many economists and analysts argue that, such protests will put more burden on the economy. Are labor leaders not thinking in this direction?
Fair subsidy what?
Okay, I said many economists and analysts argue that such protests would put more burden on the economy. So I'm asking, are labor leaders thinking in this direction?
Protests will put more something on the economy? No, I do not think so. Whenever we protest, we are conscious of the fact that we are Nigerians and that we have nowhere to go, unlike the privileged few who have private jets, who only come to Nigeria on a visit. We have nowhere to go. This country is so precious to us, Jumoke, that we don't want anything to hurt it. But at the same time, when mistakes are made, we have a moral obligation to correct or to point out those mistakes. We will not go the way of Ayo, who says that Ashewaju is infallible. And Mr. President knows that he's not infallible. Ayo says he's not looking for a job, but we know that he's looking for a job. He came out openly, every day, they are not looking for anything. He is broke. He's looking for a job. That is the reason why he could come and say the kind of things he said. And that is the thing that, and I hope Mr. President will not listen to the kind of advice Ayo gave, because that kind of advice he gave yesterday on your channel could only lead Mr. President to problems. He says he does not make dollars, manufacture dollars, etc.
Thank you, Comrade Benson. I wish we had enough time for this, but then we're out of time. I've been speaking with Head of Information and Public Affairs of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Benson Upa. Tonight, we focused on subsidy removal and why NLC opted to protest. Thank you so much for finding time to join us this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jumoke. I wish I had more time to respond to Fayoshe, but we will meet.
And thank you so much for watching. That marks the end of Politics Tonight. But the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. Goodbye.